Right as I was pressing record, I needed to sneeze. What is going on, you guys? KG from KG Studios here with another video. I'm trying to be on a roll. I'm trying to start something. I'm trying to work. So in this video, I wanted to kind of return to an old theme that I did. And that was remaking Walmart clothing. Last time we did Ice Cube, which even looking back, I've gotten a lot better. I could obviously remake it, but there's a new culprit in town whenever it comes to Walmart merchandise. Snoop Dogg. Now, I don't know how many of y'all are even aware that Snoop Dogg has like a legitimate clothing brand in Walmart. It's not like how it was for Ice Cube, where it's like one, maybe two shirts, right? Snoop Dogg has a full clothing line called DOGG Supply. I get it, right? It's Walmart. It's not going to be the fanciest clothing. It's not like a streetwear brand. But man, they could have put a lot more effort into some of those designs. So I mean, and like, if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But some of the quality on it feels very, very cheap as well. It's a cheap clothing brand with Snoop Dogg's brand and likeness on it. Like, I like the idea, nothing wrong with a flannel, right? I think that looks cool. That looks great. In fact, even the DOGG Supply is actually embroidered into the hoodie. But then it comes time to whenever it's showing like his face, that it kind of gets a little bit weird whenever it comes to quality. See, like, I don't know, even on here it comes off as kind of cheap feeling. Like, it feels like it's like one of those hot press direct to fabrics, right? Like vinyl feeling instead of actual like printing feeling to them. But this is one that I think comes off really, really, really weird. This one especially, I hate looking at it. I sincerely hate looking at it, because for one thing, it's one of those like apps that whenever Facebook, that's like blew up on Facebook to make everyone look airbrushed. I hate this one. And then especially with the text effect that they have at the top, that's literally the text effect that I found when I was looking for more bootleg styled layers. It just comes off incredibly cheap. Woof. Snoop Dogg. I want to know what it would look like if he was still Snoop Lion. So in this video, I'm going to do multiple time lapses here, but we're going to go in and we're going to make at least like 3 designs of Snoop Dogg with a voiceover. Because this is not Snoop Dogg worthy. This man is worth a lot in this world, so he needs to have a little bit more effort into his clothing. I'm sorry, I had to say it. Let's get into it. Alright, so design number 1. This one is going to be completely based around the airbrush style. One thing I do need to do while I'm going ahead and choosing a nice background is actually apologize. This video was recorded all the way back in January. I was on a good roll, and then I got pretty busy, but that's not important right now. So what I'm going ahead and doing is, as I said, we're going for an airbrush look. So I chose the background, and now I am currently using the actions of Fuller Mo and Duran Supply, their airbrush action pack. And now I'm going and trying to find a large photo of the logo to go ahead and add to this. So the whole thing is supposed to be based on the airbrush look, but still keeping it looking like something that you'd find in more than likely Spencer's. I don't know, they're kind of the same. I guess Spencer's and Hot Topic, something like that, but something that you'd find in retail. And now I'm just trying to find which textile is going to work best for this design, and changing the colors up. Of course, I'm doing the blue, because if you know Snoop, that blue is his specific shade. And I was trying to do the same thing for the background, but it wasn't going to make much of a difference as long as it's still that same shade of blue. Just going in, and next thing I'm doing here is actually just taking his skin, and I'm adding the Fuller Mo
bootleg skin tones. And here's the finished product of this first design, and here it is on the mock-up. Let's get into this second one, shall we? Design number 2. This one is recreating the bootleg style. Now, bootleg is really the thing that got me into designing, so this is more of my bread and butter whenever it comes to designing. This one, though, I guess my computer was struggling with everything that was going on, with everything that I was wanting to do with recording, as well as I don't know, I forgot if I was trying to do a filter or something, and it actually ended up freezing my computer and shutting it down. So if it looks a little weird, I do apologize for that. But right now is that, and here's the part. Yes, it was using the neural filters that actually froze my computer, which even now, if I try using it, sometimes it'll just stop working. So now I was trying to find that bootleg fonts that I'm looking for, something that really shows its time. The top font I actually ended up using, I believe it was like the Apple font. I don't remember the font exactly. As I said, this thing was recorded all the way back in January. I can't remember 100% for sure. And this one was basically just trying to fix one of the designs that I showed in the beginning, of that like shiny, what am I looking for, jewelry look, that like goldish looking one. It's basically me just trying to go ahead and recreating that a little bit. So now I'm just playing with the text. The top having Snoop, the bottom having DOGG. I wanted to make it a little bit more spray painted. This is usually how I do my stuff anyway, in case people are wondering, is I literally just kind of throw the pictures in there, see how I want to format it, then I do my text, go from my background, and then fix what needs to be fixed. So just adjusting everything, and now I'm just choosing his skin tones once again, bootleg style. I'm gonna take his skin tones, put them all in the same area, and throw the Fuller Mo skin tones, the bootleg skin tones gradient maps. Such a game changer. If y'all do not own it, I would recommend it. And now it's choosing all of his clothes and just finessing it enough to make it all one color, all that same blue, even though in the original photos obviously it's not that same blue color. And so I'm doing the same thing with the jewelry, making it that blue color. At the bottom, also trying to make it that same blue color. I'm really thinking more of, you know, keeping the color schemes. Bootleg is usually really colorful, but I was trying to avoid that. Once again, this is something to find in retail. More specifically, it's Walmart, you know. So the last thing that I think would really help make it jump before adding a background is that sign that we saw at the beginning in one of the photos that I was cropping in. It's little things like that that really make it a difference. Instead of just adding, you know, just a bunch of pictures, adding small little things like a sign and stuff really makes a difference. And just so everyone knows, a quick heads up, my computer froze again, so if the design looks a little off, I had to use generative fill. So either way, here's this design on the mock-up. Let's go. So this one was a little bit more for shits and giggles, I'd say. Very much just thinking about the smoke aesthetic of Snoop Dogg, which is probably a really weird description of describing Snoop Dogg to begin with. But this one is Vintone by Duran. If you're really looking for a vintage style, I very much recommend this one. For beginners, it could be really time consuming. Even now, from recording this all the way to now, I learned a good bit of how to speed up the process and make it really work for me instead of trying to work for it, if that makes any sense. So what I'm doing is going ahead and just making the layout, seeing how it would look whenever I throw everything with the textures on. This pack really is just not a pack. This this thing is just a game changer. I don't know what to call it. But this is my layout. Once again, I don't believe that they would straightforwardly acknowledge Snoop Dogg's tendencies, I guess is what I would call it. But just for shits and giggles, see what I could come up with. I wanted to play with Vintone that day. So right now, just trying to choose which style really looks like it would fit best with what I was doing. Because in case you can't see, everything right now is just basic white. White and black. So once you go in and actually color everything, you're going to have to really go in and color everything. The layout for it is extremely easy. It's really easy to go ahead and describe. So right here, for example, I'm going ahead and choosing his skin tones and painting them in with a hard brush. I prefer to color it in like this by turning off of the processes, just so that way I can see exactly where everything is. Because whenever I keep the process on and make it that black and white, I feel like some things get kind of lost. I don't mind coloring in the full part, if that just means, I want it to be as accurate as possible. So it really helps to see which colors are what, and I don't get too lost in the mix. So that's his skin tone right there. The next one is going for the jewelry area. Just giving it that kind of gold look. It's not like a bright yellow. It's like I guess like a real gold. Gold usually comes off as yellow in a lot of designs. This one's just that real gold color that I ended up just getting from a gradient map to get the color hex from. So I believe this next part is just going in with a gray, just to fill that area up with some gray. Originally it is blue, but I didn't exactly want to make this one extremely colorful. I don't know what the reason is though, but just coloring everything in, making it gray, whatever isn't skin tone or anything like that. Yeah, I cheated and just went in, chose the mask, and I just deleted it from there, and go in, of course, fix his eyeballs. And I noticed he had a little ring on, so I went in with that gold color and just fixed whatever I needed to from there. I'm not really good at describing what I'm doing, y'all. I'm horrible at this. It's been a while. Fixing on the letters. And here's the finished design for that one. And the mock-up is up next. Real quickly, I want to thank y'all for watching. Hopefully y'all learned something by watching. I'll see you all in whatever I make next. Peace, y'all.